In this video, we'll be talking about our profit maximization point for a perfect competition. Okay, so when it comes to perfect competition, okay, you have firms, okay, that compete against each other, okay, in a way where their profit maximization point will be where marginal cost meets price. Okay, so again, this is a perfect competition. Okay, perfect competition. Okay, now this is a market where you have low entry barriers, okay, which means new startups and firms, okay, new businesses can enter the market, can exit the market, okay. You don't have any government regulations, no rules, no regulations that control the entry and exit, as a result of which it's easy for the businesses and the firms, okay, to compete in the market, all right, unlike a monopoly or an oligopoly. Now, apart from low entry barriers, okay, in a perfect competition, okay, you also have your profit maximization point. Okay, now before we move ahead and draw a graph that shows the profit maximization point, okay, let's go ahead and draw out our supply and demand curve. So this is your supply and this is your demand curve over here. Okay, now this will be your equilibrium. All right, so this is your equilibrium point. Now, right at this equilibrium point, okay, this price, okay, will be carried forward to another graph. Okay, now on this graph, the equilibrium point or the price, okay, will be a flat line, a horizontal line. Okay, so this will be your price. Now, this price will also be your marginal revenue. Okay, now, what is marginal revenue, you may ask? Okay, so that has to do with the difference in total revenue over a certain quantity. Okay, so marginal revenue, okay, is the difference in total revenue for each additional unit produced. All right, so that will be your marginal revenue. Okay, so your marginal revenue will also be equal to, okay, your average revenue. Okay, now your average revenue will be basically PQ over Q, which is price into quantity over quantity, which means your average revenue will also be equal to price. And that's the reason why this flat line over here, this will be the price for perfect competitors. All right, now if this is the price, where's the marginal cost? The marginal cost will be an upward sloping line, okay, somewhere over here, for example. Okay, so this is your marginal cost. Now, right where marginal cost meets price as well as marginal revenue, this will be your profit maximization point. Okay, so this is profit maximization point. Okay, now at this point, okay, the supplier makes the most profit. Okay, at this point, the supplier makes the most profit. Now, this is in a perfect competition. Okay, in a monopoly, okay, what's going to happen is the profit maximization point will be about the marginal cost. Okay, so assuming this is your marginal cost, okay, and in a monopoly, okay, this will be your demand. Okay, this is your demand curve, and this will be your marginal revenue right underneath demand. Okay, now apart from that, your average cost, your average total cost curve, Okay, this will be a curve that will merge with your demand curve. Okay, so your average total cost curve will be something like this. Okay, and right over your average total cost curve, your ATC, you have your MC. Okay, now right where marginal revenue and marginal cost meet, okay, this will be again your profit maximization point. Okay, this is your profit maximization point. So this will be your quantity, okay, for your profit maximization point. Now, right where this quantity intersects ATC, or average total cost, will be your cost of the product. Okay, and further up, okay, right where this quantity intersects the demand will be your price. Okay, so let me draw this over here. So assuming, okay, so this is your marginal cost. Okay, and at this point, you have your profit maximization quantity. Okay, so your profit maximization quantity. And because of this profit maximization quantity, if further above, you have your cost. Okay, so this is your cost. Okay, and right over here, you have your price. And we know that the difference between price and cost, this difference over here, okay, this is P minus C, okay, this will be your profit. Okay, and this area over here, okay, this will be your total profit margin. All right, now that's for a monopoly. Okay, the difference between monopoly and a perfect competition is that in a monopoly, you have high entry barriers. Okay, you have a single firm, whereas in a perfect competition, you have more than one firm. Okay, you have low entry barriers. Okay, and each firm controls a higher percentage of the market share in a monopoly. Whereas in a perfect competition, okay, each firm may not control that big of a market share. All right, so that's the difference between a monopoly and a perfect competition. All right, so apart from that, this is Ubaid on behalf of V Electronics. Have yourself a great day.